So I know I have been gone for a minute, but I'm back now and I have something that will make for good discussion, guys. I want to talk about staying in a relationship for the kids. So is this something that you should do or something that you shouldn't do? We're going to discuss that today. But before I start, remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. And remember, as always, I want to hear from you. So feel free to drop a comment in the comment box and let's chat. All right, let's go. All right, guys, welcome back. All right, so you're in a relationship and kids are in that relationship. So you've had kids with your partner, but you've tried everything possible to fix that relationship. It might have become toxic. You guys don't talk anymore. All you do is fight. It's just something that you don't want to do anymore. You don't want to be in that relationship anymore. You just want out of that relationship. But you're not leaving because kids are involved. So is this something that you should actually contemplate when leaving a relationship? Without a doubt, yes. Yes, you want the best for your kids because, hey, maybe you didn't grow up in a two-parent home and so you've always wanted that. But the person that you've had your children with or your child with is not somebody that you want to be your lifelong partner. Maybe infidelity is a factor. Maybe you guys just don't get along anymore, because people do change over time. People grow, and that is a part of life. But if you've tried everything, you've gone to counseling, it's like you've done everything that you should be doing for that relationship, but it's just toxic and it's not working, then let me just tell you this. It's time for you to go. You cannot say because of your children you are going to stay in that relationship for say 18 years, 15 more years, 20 years. You're just going to stay there and be miserable. What kind of life are you living? Like, how is that making you happy? Like, you have one life to live, and you have to live it to the best of your ability. And if it is that you are not doing so, you're in a toxic relationship, you live in a house where you don't talk to the person and all of that, what good is that doing to you? You are miserable. And are you making it better for your kids? While you are around your kids, you're still miserable, because there is no way you can hide the fact that you're miserable. And there is no way you can hide from your child that this is a very miserable household. I think that as parents, we really think that our kids are stupid. And I don't mean that in any disrespectful way or anything like that. But what I'm saying is that we don't understand how perceptive our kids are. Like, they are very perceptive. They know everything. They can sense it. It is a part of human nature where you can actually sense things. Like, you go somewhere and you have a bad feeling about the place or something like that. That is you sensing your environment. Kids do the same thing. They know what is going on. They know when their mom is sad. They know when daddy is upset and sad. And they feed off of this energy. What we have to understand is that we are the first teachers for our children, right? They learn from us, and most of the time it's not what we say, but it's what we do. Let me just repeat that. It's not what we say, because a lot of times we tell kids don't do this, but they don't listen. But when they watch you and they see what you are doing, trust me, that is what they live. That is what they live. And so I just want to say that our kids are always watching us. Always. You see, even if they're not in the same room with you, you see those little ears? They hear a lot. They actually hear a lot. And so we have to be mindful of the energy that we give off. So if you're living in a toxic house, right? You and your partner, you're not getting along, and you have kids in that mix, trust me, they're picking up on the energy. They know that you don't get along. And let me just make this point. Kids know when a separation is coming. Trust me, they know it. They know it. Don't think that they don't know what is happening. They know it. Have you ever had a conversation with your child and it's like they're just blabbering and just talking, but at the end of that conversation is when they ask you something and you're like, you were listening, you knew that, like something happened days ago, and then it's like they're just talking about it. No, and you're like, wow, I didn't know that you heard that conversation or you knew that or whatever. You just have to be mindful of the environment that you're creating for your kids, and then in turn they're gonna be unhappy because their parents are unhappy. They're fighting all the time. Most time them know is either mommy or daddy have woman out a road or something, and because they hear the conversations, they hear the arguments, and so they know, and then they're unhappy. We know that our kids actually learn from us, right? So what exactly are we teaching them? Because if it is that they are doing what we are doing, what exactly are we teaching them if we're going to be in toxic relationships and we're going to be sticking it out through all the crap and everything? What are you teaching them? How are they supposed to act when they grow up and they now start having their own relationships? How are they going to treat women? How are they going to treat men? How are they going to treat their own kids? You see where I'm going with this? So it's like if they're learning from us, then we need to set good examples. What is wrong with co-parenting? Can somebody tell me what is wrong with co-parenting? Because I feel that persons in Jamaica have an issue with co-parenting. Like them stick out the bad relationships, you know, because them I say, yo, my pitney have to grow up with our two parents, and so me I go stay in it. But like, who is it better for? It is not better for the kids, and it's not better for the parents, you. So who exactly is benefiting from this relationship? Nobody. Yo, you know how you mash up on the pitney mentally? Like, you mess with them, you know? When kids have to grow up in them, so why you think some boys all grow up and beat woman and all of them something? Because them see their father do it. Why you think say some women say, oh, me like when him beat me? Because of that them see them father do. Or they become promiscuous or something. Oh, no mess with no pitney meds. It would be better if both of you not living under the same roof, but you're caring for the child. You don't have to live under the same roof to see your child every day if you're interested. You can be the one that picks up the child from school. You can get the child on weekends. Things like that. Work it out to be what is best for both of you as the parent for the child. So I don't understand why we are so against co-parenting in Jamaica. Like, it cannot be that bad. I think it is a better solution than staying in a toxic relationship. Another reason that people give for staying in a toxic relationship is about, oh, it's cheaper living together and it's this and it's that. No. What about your mental health? Isn't that supposed to be important? Like, I really just want to know, because you're gonna be miserable. What about your mental health? What about the mental health of your child, of your children, of the partner? Like, I don't know, yeah. I just don't know. But what I want to say is that sometimes we just have to make the sacrifice. Our kids will love us for it, because they will grow to understand that when something is not working, they can quit. There's nothing wrong with quitting, you know. I don't know why we always like to talk about longevity. Oh, I've been with this man for 15 years, for 20 years. I've been with my wife for 10 years, 20 years, 40 years. But how many of those years were actually happy? Have we ever thought about that? Like, are we happy in these relationships? Or is it just that we're putting on a front for people, for social media, for people to see and say, oh, I want a relationship like that, but your wife a cheat on you, your husband a cheat on you, you get beaten, you're unhappy, you guys don't talk, there is no relationship there, you hardly have sex, nothing. So what is it that you are actually trying to prove? I can never understand it. And yes, your kids are going to grow up and they resent you because they know what is happening in this house. And then if it is that your child is closer to a parent, trust me, straight out hatred right there. So they're not gonna like you. There is no respect there. It is better your child respect you from another house rather than not respect you from a house that you share with somebody that you cannot get along with. At the end of the day, our children are gonna grow up, they're gonna leave, and they're gonna start their own life. And when they do, you're gonna be stuck in a house with an older version of the person that you hate, right? And what are you gonna do? As women, what are we going to do? Because you're not going to be young again. You're not going to be flawless. It's a hard for you to get a man. What are you going to do? Sit there while your older man or husband, who you do not like, is still able to get a woman? We have to think. Because if he is financially able, he will get women. Women are going to flock him, especially young girls. But what are you going to do? Just sit there? Like, we have to think and we have to put self first some of the times. We can't just be thinking about our kids, because at the end of the day, our kids are going to be living their own lives. But at the end of the day, what kind of life are you going to be living? And I'm speaking to my men right now. Alright, so you're unhappy at home and you choose to find happiness outside, right? For whatever reason. Maybe you're not sexually fulfilled at home. You claim that your wife miserable. You're just not happy and you want out. But you go out and you find somebody outside and you start a relationship with that person, and you might fall in love with that person, and this person is everything that you want, but you're a coward. And I'm gonna say that you're a coward because you're hiding behind your kids. So you can't have that adult conversation with the person at home to say, hey, this is where I am at mentally and emotionally. I am done with this relationship. I don't think it's gonna work. I am unhappy and I would like to move on. Let us sit down and agree on how best to tell our kids, how best to co-parent, and how best to separate in a way that is mutually beneficial to everybody that is involved. But you cannot have that conversation because you want to have your cake and you want to eat it too. But is this fair? Is this fair to the person at home? Is this fair to your kids? And is this fair to this new person on the outside? I think it's not fair. You need to be able to just have the conversations, have the hard discussions that you need to have. Break it off, move on with your life. Because at the end of the day, as I said before, you have to put yourself first, right? If you're not interested, leave the woman at home. Leave this lady for her Mr. Right. For somebody who is going to appreciate her, love her, and treat her well. You cannot keep leading this woman on when you know you have no intention of doing right by her. And also you cannot keep leading the woman on the side. And like that, you keep promising, oh, I'm gonna leave, I'm only here for the kids, it's financially beneficial and all of that. It is unfair and you are heartless. I mean, no, your mother never grow you so. Well, I don't know about me, just I say. So I think that you need to stop being a coward, and you need to have the hard discussions, and you need to think about how your actions are actually affecting other persons. How will your kids look at you to know that you are in the same house with them but you're having an extramarital affair? You're cheating. Like, how are they going to look at you? Are they going to respect you for that? Like, how many years are you going to keep this woman on the side for and keep telling her sweet nothings? Like, she need to wise up because she need to have sense and know say nothing no go so because on lie. not go there. So, but at the end of the day though, guys, all I'm trying to say is that you cannot keep hiding behind your kids. You have to put yourself first. You have to think about all parties involved, and you have to do what is best for you. One life you have to live, and you have to live it to the best of your ability. And you just have to man up, woman up, and just stop talking about only in a relationship for much years and whatever. Well, longevity and go. Like, happiness over longevity. Because you might deal with the person for how much years, and you're unhappy. You're only happy when you take the pictures to put on Instagram. That's not nice. I don't know if it's stop telling lie. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching my video. I hope that you will subscribe, like, and share the video. As always, I want to hear from you. I want to hear your views on this topic, because I think it's a very interesting topic, and I don't think that my views are the begin and end all. I want to hear what you have to say on the topic, because everybody's experience is different, and so I want to hear yours. So remember to comment below, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.